Hello and welcome to episode 238 of our SAP on Azure video podcast. Today is April 25th, and together with Goran, we are here to talk about anything related to SAP and Microsoft. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So today we continue with the topic of AI. Last week we heard from CJ about a cool usage of the Office from the CFO, combining Semantic Kernel, Azure AI Agent, and Code Interpreter. This time we have also a known guest with us, Amit Lal. Amit was one of the first to publish SAP-related apps to ChatGPT. He released several agents for Microsoft Copilot, and he always has amazing demos to show for our customers. There's now even an action figure of Amit available. Well, at least virtual.
Yeah.
So welcome, Amit. I'm really glad to have you here with us today. For those of our viewers who have not seen you in the previous episode, can you maybe quickly introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Holger, Goran. Thanks for having me back. I'm super excited to be here again. My name is Amit Lal. I'm a Principal Technical Specialist with Microsoft Strategic Partnership Team. I have spent almost 5 years last January and specifically going deeper into SAP, analytics, AI, and massive cloud migration. That's my niche. I worked with SAP and most of the big four in past, tackling all the complex technology challenges and part of large scale migrations. That was kind of my job in the back old days. Beyond work, I run my AI lab, which is kind of whipping up clever practical solutions for SAP technical business pain areas. That's what I'm doing these days. Fun fact, I do have 13,000 followers. Keep cheering me on my niche, whatever I'm doing on AI. So that's kind of keep me going and creating the innovations on SAP and AI integration.
It's so great to have you. And I mean, we got a quick teaser of the demo that you have prepared for today. Simply
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I also think you have a nice avatar that helps you in your daily work.
Yes. So I'm going to cover some of the good demos. Demos, in fact, those are in discussion with the large organization, large partners, and showcasing them to get that into the production for the big customers like beverage companies and shoes companies. So they are already in discussion and they are building those kind of scenarios. So let me start sharing my screen. I can start showing you the stuff. Give me 1 second. All right. Let me know if you see my screen here.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can see your screen now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's, let me put in a presentation mode, just what's easy, read. Okay. Awesome. So hi,
Perfect.
again, so I'm going to cover more on Copilot and AI agents, specifically on SAP and non-SAP interfaces. That's what we are doing in our AI kitchen. So before I jump, what in my normal day, I have TTS agent, which actually give me all the content from all news channels and all the information coming from various sources. So this agent is actually collecting that and sending me all this information. So I just built a couple of months back. It's very helpful, and it's in open source. I can share the code in case you and your audience want to build in your lab. It's kind of available to everyone. So let's hear out.
Knock knock, who's there? Your friendly neighborhood AI with the scoop. Hey, tech friends. I am Amit Lal's AI agent, your pocket-sized, caffeine-free news AI agent, and I promise not to glitch much. Before we jump in, a shout out to Holger and the SAP on Azure crew. If you're not subscribed, hit that button faster than Copilot books your next flight. This week's top Microsoft AI headlines include a new AI teammate as Microsoft sees humans as agent bosses, appending the workplace and letting AI agents handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on the fun stuff. Next, Bill Gates' bold prediction that within 10 years we might be unnecessary for most things. Next, the introduction of researcher and analyst in Microsoft 365 Copilot, researcher sniffing out answers like Sherlock and analyst devouring massive data and dashboard out of the box. All powered by Azure OpenAI. That's the highlight reel. Now over to our SAP and AI expert, Amit, to demo SAP AI agent magic with Holger and the team. Amit, take it away. I'll circle back tomorrow with updated news and remain on standby.
Thank you. So that's in the beta version. So I'm happy to share the code, how actually it's actually working, and it's phenomenal to see how this agent is going and looking for latest and greatest AI specific information and bringing just in your system to get up to date. So this is one of my favorite slide. So one thing I can tell you, this is one of my go-to company when it comes to the surveys and the we call it like Anderson Howisit. It's actually they are doing phenomenal job of building all the groundwork and taking the surveys from multiple companies, and I really give them credit for building these kind of charts as you can explore while having cup of coffee or wine. After all, there is no magic quadrant available where we can check and gauge AI apps in the market or LLM going on. So every day we keep hearing a lot of LLMs publishing, whether it's private or public. So that's kind of a survey company actually help us to decide where exactly enterprise are heading towards. So on the top left, you can see there is OpenAI, which is kind of still leading in production, and in the bottom, enterprise are looking for what kind of use cases we are talking about. In this case, text summarization, knowledge management, customer service, marketing, copying. Those are the most important use cases. Most of the large enterprise focusing on. Talking about external chatbot, recommendation algorithm. Nobody's looking right now. It's kind of low end kind of use cases. So that's kind of give us some ideas. Okay, this is what we are looking towards, and providing us inputs to gauge where exactly we are heading. Of course, that's again my favorite slide where garbage in garbage out theory. Back in 2023, I used to see a lot of AI projects were in discussion, what not making the expectation because of complexity, no tooling, bad data sets, wrong tooling selection. So that was kind of a cause. Conversion rate from POC AI POCs to production was kind of less than 14%. But now things are slowly grooming up with the help of specific tooling like Azure AI Foundry, Copilot Studio. They are actually binding all this ecosystem, like bringing robust LLM into the plate. So it's easy to create those kind of use cases just out of box. Of course, back in 2020 and 2023, when ChatGPT movement came into the life, we used to see from text single model to multi-model. That's a platform shift is happening today. So we are in 2025. Earlier, I used to see static and simple RAG solution. Now we are talking dynamic and interactive agentic RAG. So that is the switch is happening now, and a lot of use cases are started using MCP connectivity, MCP server connectivity. Those are out of box. We don't have to think about reinventing the wheel for getting some kind of interface which is available just on the matter of few lines of code. So I'm going to show you a couple of them in a minute. That's something for our ecosystem. We have Copilot. Mustafa Suleiman, he's actually talking about Copilot. It is a companion for us, and agentic services which are handling all the business processes. So this is something ongoing, and we are putting a lot of effort, whether it's SAP, non-SAP, is kind of revolving around these kind of scenarios. So again, AI Copilot is our AI companion, which I use on a daily basis. Now we are getting more deeper into handling like deep analysis, deep research kind of technologies which Copilot is capable of now. Agents are something you can do customization. Heavy customization is applicable, and depending on what business processes we are looking towards, so it's kind of fully flexible. So going a little deeper, so agent has four pillars, just to set the stage. So the memory, planning, action, and tools. So these four pillars are part of all agentic framework. You pick any agentic framework, so it has to be these kind of four bundle package. Tooling, we can get a web search, coding, like you are seeing these days vibe coding is coming into play. So that kind of connectors and tooling is available to the agent just out of box. So you just have to make the connectivity. You can connect any kind of tools, so that's kind of very easy now. Planning, of course, what exactly we are looking towards agents should be doing. So that agent role has to be decided, and of course action and reaction, that agent will submit the final call. Memory is something, is a new flavor which is added recently. We have full-blown memory, which is kind of adding into agent, so that agent won't forget what we are talking. We call it as a chain of thought. That is built in that agentic framework. So again, back in 2023, 2022, we used to have ChatGPT, just simple document upload. You give the prompt, and that document will, you can see the summarize of 1 page or 2 page, with no agentic kind of scenario. Now, since starting with single agent, we have full-blown capability where I started, building some SAP Early Watch extractor and finance report extractor kind of scenarios. I think in a previous discussion, we have seen that kind of demos. Now, with a multi-agent, this is something latest and greatest, and a lot of enterprise are looking towards this kind of scenarios. You can have hundreds of agents, and each agent is connected to separate LLM, or maybe just one LLM, depending on your size and width. Like finance agent can easily tackle all the finance related reports. Salesforce agent can directly connect to the Salesforce, bringing query back from Salesforce applications. SAP analytic agent can easily connect to the system and bring the relevant information. So each agent is doing some specific task, and coordinator agent is actually a digital employee, which is actually collecting all this information and passing on to the human, and human is kind of getting that information and passing on to the leadership for taking the call. So this is the kind of a template which we are building and showcasing to a lot of our customers. Again, these are the full-blown agentic ecosystem which Microsoft owns, first party, third party, and custom solutions just out of box. You name it, you have it kind of scenario, depending on like what scenario we are talking about. So we have full-blown of agentic scenarios. Just to set the stage before I go a little deeper into the demo. So we have two entry gates. One is M365 Copilot, and other one is Azure AI Foundry. So both are slightly different. For M365 customers who are actually looking for the SaaS solution, just having low code, no code kind of capability, then that's starting point one is make more sense. If you already having machine learning capabilities in house, or you already building some kind of LLM platform, data scientist is already engaged, then Azure AI Foundry is the best place to go. So both are interconnected. Instead of you starting with point one, you can go to point two, or you start with point two and then go to point one. So both can be easily combined and work back and forth. So it's kind of good to see these kind of applications doing the handshake between our entire product ecosystem. So these are some of the AI use cases which we are talking on usual days with most of the customers. Again, what I am actually differentiating is low code and pro code, so that if enterprise is looking for a quick solution, then low code Microsoft Copilot Studio is easy, and the citizen developers and the business users can easily cook up something to get the relevant information from SAP systems or non-SAP system, depending on where exactly the use cases they're looking towards. Azure AI Foundry is something, for the pro code, you have to have some platform where you are building, a robust kind of solution, just like forecasting and prediction and demand, tariff management, or smart recommendations, deeper solution, which definitely requires some skills. So again, this is my one of favorite. I started looking towards Microsoft 365 Copilot with a lot of toolings and knowledge bases coming up. So these kind of agents is kind of out of box connected to SAP systems. You're easily hook up with EWA reports, AWR reports, and your SharePoint or your Fabric. These are kind of easily connected, and then you can see as a mothership agent talking to all sub agents. Just in example, SAP infra agent, you have a month end closing, you can just talk to that agent instead of going and starting additional applicant server for the month end closing. This agent can do this all exercise for you just by talking. And sustain watch is for corporate citizen requirement. You want to see how much carbon footprint you are engaging in particular system. So this agent can give you out of box kind of information. Early watch extractor is one of my favorite. 2 years back I started on this. I have like all flavors of how we can achieve that early watch extraction. This is all connected to SharePoint or maybe a solution manager, depending on like where exactly you are looking. 80 pager squeezed to one line, 2 lines, and it gives you the alert just out of box. You just have to plug and then, by the way, I have GitHub repo on the public domain where you can just start leveraging that just for training purpose. SAP compliance and audit. It's more of a SM20 kind of report. Quarterly, every enterprise having auditors coming, and they are talking and looking. Hey, who's using DDIS user? Who try to log into SAP Star user? So those things, this SAP compliance agent can look around and save a lot of SAP security team effort and timing. So instead of auditors are talking to SAP security team, they will get that info from that agent and then collect that information and then go to SAP security team with a prepared bundle of information. So this is just to give you the glimpse. These are agents are up and running, and you can easily run as a plug and play. And of course, data set has to be yours, depending on what scenario you are looking towards. It's kind of a low code, pro code combined together, and working together to build these kind of scenarios. This is just for M365 Copilot. And going a little deeper into, we have solid partner ecosystem, and Holger, that, right? So it's, we are working closely with Bodak, Delaware Consulting, and few more who are actually doing phenomenal job of bringing these kind of use cases into life. And in a matter of weeks, not just months, these use cases will be, up and running. So, to our, all enterprise customers, they can, take advantage of AI capabilities, running for EC system or S4 system running on-prem or Azure, on Azure. All right, so this is so based on the last information we got a few days back, research and analyst agent is up and running. So what I have done, that's my lab. I started creating the research and analyst agent for myself because I don't want to use the one which is existing right now. I uploaded all the sample RFP reports which we got from our internal sources. And you can see here, you can create generative AI and the premium features, with a deep reasoning model. You can enable this just, with a button click. This 365 Copilot will become, a deep agentic kind of a scenario. And you can, do whatever you want to, play around with this kind of research agent. So instead of, going with the public flavor, we have a capability to create our own, which is responsible and dedicatedly working for you. So it is available, and there are steps to create that from scratch. And of course, you need M365 Copilot licensing to get that. So let's jump into the demo. So this is before I go into the other demos. This is one of I created a few weeks back. The query was if we have certain APIs talking to SAP system, whether SAP system is running on any platform. So what it does is it will the moment some API get broke or some disconnection happens, this agent workflow will trigger all the alerts, will assemble all the parties who are actually responsible for maintaining that API. And without spending like in a minute, it can easily gather everyone into the room, and Teams channel will automatically create it. So let's take a look on that. So this is my dev box. So I have created sample Z program where it's constantly monitoring API. So I forcefully trigger one disconnection from SAP system. So I'll the moment I forcefully disconnect the API, I'll get this alert. So this is AI agent is sending me the alert. Hey Amit, this is API failure happening on that particular URL. And behind the scene, the workflow will trigger this step-by-step sequence. It will send email, and it will automatically create the Teams channel, and then Team channel assemble everyone and ask you to fill this critical acknowledgement form who's actually working on this particular issue. And then it's kind of easily saving you at least 15 to 20 minutes, just without even second thought who's actually working on that, opening the bridge and assembling the team members. So you can see all the team members are already into the Teams chat, and they don't have to gather, and the agent will collect all them and together into the room and then start the bridge. So it's kind of
Nice.
focus use case, and I think heavily in demand. So I have that in the Git repo as well. So our audience can easily replicate that into their ecosystem. So this one is one of my favorite. Again, procurement and supply chain. That's something since we are talking about digital AI employees, right? So idea is to gather AI capabilities to see whether tariff management and procurement is actually beneficial by moving from A to B. So these agents are actually like data loader and cost calculation agent and risk assessor and strategy determiner agent. So all these four agents are working together to determine whether the sourcing and supply chain is relevant for particular scenario. Just an example here, we have pharma company who's actually manufacturing syringe in US, but plastic is coming from Mexico or some other places. So whether that packaging should be done in Canada or Mexico
Mhm.
itself. So that kind of decision making, we are taking help from these agents instead of our human finance analyst or procurement analyst spending weeks and weeks to gauge that information. This agents will out of box within matter of minutes. They will collect all sources and the latest and greatest tariff information from the word and tell you this is the option you should be driving. More technical, what exactly this is the flow I'm using. Idea is to gather all the tariff and trade disruptions, supply chain disruptions happening across the world, collected into one system. Of course, SAP is also having getting real-time ordering and suppliers information. Everything is gathered into that agent, so that our cost calculator agent can see the real-time picture. Then it comes to the risk assessor, who is actually gauging the risk whether this is beneficial to move Mexico or Canada.
Mhm.
So let's see that demo. So I have that recorded one as well. So I can show you live as well. So let me get out of this one. Okay. Okay, so let me increase the font. So as you can see here, this is the tariff planner scenario. I have all these options just to set. I'm going with pharma, China versus Canada packaging, and you can see the challenges. Whether syringe manufacturing sourcing should be running from China, whether whereas we are already having high tariffs and risk associated, or we should be going Ontario where zero tariff is ongoing. So that's a challenging situation. Now I'm going to trigger that scenario. So behind the scene, you can see here my okay. You can see it started fetching that information from SAP. SAP connectivity is successful, and it is using our ES5 system as well as my SAP system, which is in-house. And you can see in a matter of seconds, this option one, Shenzhen is more relevant. The reason is the time and the lead time, and plus the risk score which is coming from that all the analytics. Option one is preferred based on the key selection. And now, as a analyst, I'm gauging all this information and seeing that what's the risk score associated. Seems like risk is number three for Ontario, and Shenzhen is five, but the overall cost is slightly less. So it's kind
Mm-hmm.
of a very tough decision to make, whether we should take lead time 35 days or 20 days, whether we do opting one of the supplier, and what options we are looking on the table, right? So these are the base costs and the duty. In this case, Ontario is kind of giving 0% duty, and the lead time is 20 days. So the risk is also moderate. And behind the scene, as you can see here, we are collecting all SAP relevant data, which is relevant for this particular use case. You can refresh that data, so it's automatically pulling this information. And this is an agentic log. All the data agents, data loader agent is actually collecting that information, and the cost agent is looking towards the baseline duty, which is residing in our in a database. And then finally, strategy determiner is picking up the final recommendation. So the option one is coming from that. Of course, the global trade news is also, and you can see this
Oh,
is all
nice.
live news. So the news agent is actually pulling all this information and gauging what US government is taking a particular decision for that particular country. So whether it's all real time. And then
Mm-hmm.
the system flow diagram, how actually these agents are actually working, especially for our tech nerds. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with option one, I'm sorry. So I will dispatch that option here. So in a matter of minutes, I'll get email with that option. So the AI team responsible for supply chain will be sending this option to all my team members, CFO office. We are going with option one. It's kind of a voting system.
Cool. So while we wait for the email, it's really nice. So you have these individual agents that take care of certain tasks, like the fetching the
Yes.
data from the SAP system, or crawling the news, like what you saw, and then
Yeah.
the orchestrator can make the proposal here. You selected option one, and now yeah, we already see the email.
Yes, that email is actually the voting system for entire team members. This is AI driven results. This is the analysis report. So like a digital employee, right? So I'm sending that report. This is the decision you have to make. So
Mm-hmm.
every employee, it's a
Ah,
human
nice.
intervention. So I want to, I'm not happy with that option, right? So no, I should go stick with Ontario. So
Yeah.
I'll go with option two. So it is giving extra handoff for employees to take that decision. It's not 100% depending on AI
Mm-hmm.
to take that decision. So I'm going with option two here. So the moment I click option two as a finance employee, my CFO office will get back one email saying that can you approve that? Amit Lal from finance is picking option two. So it's kind of a voting system for
Yeah.
stand up call. So I get another email here.
But
So you can
it's
see.
giving you an insights why, why
Yeah. So now this is a CFO office. Amit is picking
Ah,
option two.
okay. Yeah.
So as a CFO office, I see more risk, so I will reject that option. And then
You
this is kind of
overrule?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm overruling. So it is interaction between your employees and CFO
Yep.
office, and the AI
Cool.
is participating in this end-to-end scenario. So
That's
this
actually
is
really
simple. Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
This
and
human in the loop that you have here. So AI takes a decision or suggests something, but then via the voting, you can reject, but then the CFO still can obviously overrule and then make the final decision.
Yes, human loop is definitely must for any agentic scenario, because we are not in a AGI kind of scenario. So it is more interventions are required. So I do have other scenario, which is financial strategy, where I'm picking up all the finance related decisions. Just like in the modern finance we have demand supply situation. So that's another demo where I'm actually running this coordinate agent, doing all the analysis and the final results, whether we should be doing what's the next strategy, whether we should launch new product or we should be sticking and changing the product capabilities, or landing that product into the new country. So it's kind of fun watching when you see the results, all these agents working together, especially behind the scene. You can see here, this is all the coding is running, and I know it's pretty small, but and the good part is everything is available. So it is open source. I have placed everything in my GitHub repo, so it's easily replicate. Maybe in
Fantastic.
the subsequent call, I can show you the vibe coding, how we are actually taking advantage of GitHub Copilot to create the Fury apps. So that's
Mhm.
something is I'm currently working on. So I was with customer doing the whiteboarding, so how the app should look like, and within a matter of minutes, I was able to show them the outcome using GitHub Copilot. It was kind of fascinating for them to see that GitHub results. So I just uploaded the image of the whiteboard, and
Mhm.
you can see that travel management app was flawlessly created by GitHub Copilot without typing a single code, and that's a Fury app.
That's
So
really
I don't
impressive.
know
Yeah.
ABAP Fury UI kind of designing. So this app is kind of helping me to GitHub Copilot is helping me to create these kind of course Joule is there, but both are kind of hand in hand together. We can easily build end-to-end solutions. I have that. Yeah, that's the one.
Ah,
You
there
can
we
see
are.
this.
There we see
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Fury-like
So
application. Yeah.
it was running on my local system, and out of box, just give the prompt, and it will start working. So maybe for the next, I started working on some of the scenarios where we are looking for full-blown autonomous agents. You just give the task every morning. These agents will do the everything, all the exercise. Just an example here, you know. I want to see the finance, accounting. I want to see the material management, purchasing. Everything will be business driven. So this is ongoing. Are some of the open source members who are actually collaborating together. We are having some hackathons going on, so that's kind of fun to watch. These are SAP assistants, out of box, where collecting all information, and all employees are taking advantage of, instead of hopping into multiple SAP screens, they can get everything in just one page.
Oh,
Yeah,
really
that
cool.
yeah, that's all I have. And of course, for audience, we do have self-learning labs. You can start learning this. I have forked some of good labs into my GitHub. It's available upfront. That's kind of a placeholder. We can start learning like 75 minutes interactive workshop. This is the starter point. I would always suggest to my partners and my enterprise customers.
Really cool. Really, really cool, Amit. And a fantastic outlook already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's always amazing how we have so many available ingredients to plug them, connectors, this and that, to basically kind of relatively easily to implement any kind of agentic AI scenario. I mean, in relatively easy way. I mean, and this is really so exciting. So just to give you the already existing framework will give you so much possibilities to develop such a kind of almost whatever scenarios, right?
Really cool. Absolutely. So, Amit, I think you 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 showed us an amazing demo, but you also provided a fantastic outlook of some additional scenarios. So, um, we cannot wait as long as last time. We need to have you back on the show fairly quick, I would say, so we can have another deep dive on some of these topics. for now, I would say thank you so much. We'll put all the links in the show notes so that everyone can connect with you. They can get access to the GitHub repo and try this out. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.